Whoa, what's happening? See that move? I just appeared. Excuse me. So, how's everybody been doing? I'm doing pretty good myself. And welcome to Possible B, man. I'm your host, Busy Bee. Excuse me. Frog in my throat today. So, today's news is we're going to talk about this behind me here. Is my 79 GS750. If you have not seen the previous videos of this bike back here, it's my first few videos I did of this bike, and it was probably about 2-3 years ago when I started on this bike. Well, it has been an adventure. I bought this bike a long time ago, back in 2009, I think it was 2010, somewhere in there. And I've had it ever since. I rode it for quite a few years, and then one day I had the tires off and I scratched my head. So you know what? I'm not too far. I could repaint this bike, no problem. So I decided to tear it all the way down to the frame, got it all back together, had somebody finish it, and long story short, got the bike back, and it was not running right. Could not figure out why. The guy says carbs. And I got finding out there was more problems than carbs, and then I just gave up. I can say I gave up on my old bike. So here she is, folks. A 1979 GS750 fully painted on the frame. Got the tins painted and all that blue. The tank was painted blue. I don't have it out here right now. Needless to say, I got all excited a few weeks ago. I was like, yes, I'm ready to finally put this in a shop. A little bit stable enough to do it financially. We had a little extra here and there, and I said, let's make this happen, because fuel prices are getting pricey, and I need to save just a little bit of money on fuel. And this was a good bike for fuel. I get like 250 miles to a tank. Really 280, but I stopped about 225, 280, so 225 to 250 on the tank. I wouldn't push it any further than that because I knew I'm about to run out. I ran this thing almost dry on purpose to see how far I'd get. Of course, I had a gas can with me just in case, because there's no true gas gauge on these. Your gas gauge is open the lid, slosh it around. Yep, still good. Keep going. Knock on your tank, see where it's at. That's the only way you really know how much is in there, unless you decide to put a little thing like Harley Davidson did. And I don't want to cut a hole in my tank and run stuff through it. That's just not me. But the story about this bike is that I worked so hard to get this running 2 weeks ago, and I actually took it to a bike shop, read Google, and I said, okay, looks like we got some really good reviews of this place. They are out of Indianapolis, and Indy's got like come and go places, you know, that are really good places. That, you know, there's good places, you get your bad places. And I'm gonna tell you right now, don't always believe what Google tells you. Ask around some local people that knows the bike shops, and just do your research. Do it thoroughly. Okay, so basically, I took it to Indianapolis and did my research. Like I said before, I had to pause the video for a second because the Amazon truck went right on by, and I didn't want to hear all. Okay, so back on the way out of here. Took it to Indy to a guy who was known in Indy a little bit, but I found out later on he's known for other things, not good things. It sucks. So needless to say, do your research, word of mouth first before you take your bike to a shop that's got all these great reviews, but you don't really know what they do for the basics to get you going. I learned my lesson from this. I mean, I don't know how many times I learned my lessons from this bike. It's just like a nightmare that I can't find a decent mechanic that can work on this. And it's so hard for an old bike to find one. So I'm here to say this is going to be set on hold for right now. I'm not going to deal with it. Probably next spring I'll deal with it. But right now, it's on the Nix. Unless something changes in the meantime. But right now I got other projects that I want to get done. You see the Mustang behind me. I want to get that finished. I've had some people comment on the lights on it recently. I've had a lot of hits on it. I've had a lot of hits on the RV. That's the main people that's really hitting me up about the motor coach and how to get it running and stuff like that. But right now the Suzuki is on hold again because here's why. So I was told by the shop that my motor was shot. Okay, this engine maybe has probably about 45,000 miles on it. Okay, and most of those miles was done by yours truly. The odometer read about 12,000 on it when I got the bike. So I rode it quite a bit over the years, and I figured, well, I'll be okay. And I know the motor's good. To me, it was good. And this guy says, no, your compression's low on all your cylinders. Cylinder number 3 is on 80 psi. Another cylinder is like at 98. Another one is like at 65, and blah blah blah. I was like, okay, whatever, it's all right. So I get a phone call when he tells me this, and he says your bill is about six bones. I'm like, really? To tell me that my motor's blown? He goes, oh yeah, we had to do the electrical, remember? We had to fix all your electrical issues, and that took me about 5-6 hours to do, and then we found out what was wrong with it. So you're telling me you're charging me $600 for the wiring when you could have done the first thing, and knowing the bike hasn't ran in years, the first thing you should have done before the electrical. Hey bud, these antique bikes, kickstart. So I knew I got hosed on that deal. And he goes, oh, we got to do electrical and stuff before we can get the fire up. I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. But did you do a compression check before you did all this? No, we had to get your electrical done before we could do all that. Okay. But yet, hello? Light bulb? Is the light bulb on? Light bulb. Hello? Hello? Yeah. Wow. So, yeah. So basically, I'll cut the story short on this, is that this guy heard truck driver, thought I made all this when I only make pennies on a dollar. I don't make that much money being home as I did over the road, but I make about the same. It's just home life. I got more responsibilities than I realized, and when you're gone, you don't see half the stuff that goes on. Now I see where all the money's going. So now I'm home. But on that other side is the bike. Yesterday, my gut was telling me something's not right, because how can a bike go from good compression to bad compression like that? It has to be over time. And this thing ran strong when I shut it down 5 years ago, 5-6 years ago. And I said, something's not right with this. Either the motor got swapped or something. I know it had good compression when I shut it down. Now, ring can get stuck. It can. But my gut just says something. I don't know, man. I'm going to check it myself. So I went and got me a tester, borrowed it from my brother. He had one laying in his toolbox for years. It's a good one. And I ran a compression check on this thing. Turned around and used Kickstarter because the electrical's messed up on it still. Still isn't right. I'm kind of ticked off about that because it didn't make it right. For it to kick over. Said my starter was bad. I don't think the starter's hooked up. So I did a compression check on the bike. I'm just giving you an update, okay? So if you don't want to watch this video, go to the next one. So basically, I did a compression check on my cylinders. Checked all 4 cylinders. Even the one he said it was bad. Well, 100% bad. And he said it was leaking air when he had the compression built up. Well, I'm sorry, he didn't do a compression check right. I don't think he had it on there all the way tight on his little compression checker. And therefore, it wasn't a true test. Guess what, folks? 120 psi on every cylinder on this bike. Now, if that ain't bad compression, I don't know what. That's good compression for these bikes. Still got a heartbeat in there. motor's good. So I'm here to say, be very picky of who works on your motorcycles, especially these old bikes. It's very tricky to find the right guy. I mean, it takes a long time. I found one guy years ago when I first got this bike. Guy did a phenomenal job. He did everything for me. He got my points situated. He put new plugs. He redid the carbs for me, put new tires on it, checked the wheel bearings, because the bike sat before I even got it. And it was running, but it was puking gas. And it's a strong bike. I know what it is. It's not leaking oil anywhere. It's a good, strong bike. I know it was. And there's no valve sticking, obviously. So, and he claims, oh, I put some WD-40 down the cylinders, and, you know, and I waited about a day. Then I turn back around, check your compression again, because that'll free up a cylinder a little bit if a valve's sticking. And you can use Marlboro mixture oil, whatnot. You know, sometimes you get lucky, just from sitting. You know, they get a little stuck. And I checked all them cylinders. There is no signs whatsoever of the crap being in my cylinders. I would have seen them in the plug, smelled it. I didn't smell any of that. All I smelled was gasoline from when it flooded itself, and that was from a while back. And I said, yeah, you took me good for $600. I looked at the wiring, and some of the wires ain't even hooked up on this bike. So I'm here to say, he took me. And this would be like the second time I've been taken on this bike. Probably the third time I've been taken on this bike. And it's like, what the frick? So I heard for some people around the area. I'm going to check into a couple people, do my research real well before I take it to anywhere else. Because the next time, it's going to run when it goes down the road. I'm not playing no games. I want this thing running so I can ride it and enjoy it again. I miss riding my motorcycle. Too much money spent on an old bike. I could say that. And the wife and I are looking at other motorcycles for right now, but this is going to be on hold for right now. A lot of people say, get you a Harley. I'm not, I want a Harley. Get you an Indian. Yeah, sure, I'll get an Indian. I'll look at other bikes, you know, like Honda, Suzuki, and a few others. You know, I just want a cruiser. But we're looking probably at a Slingshot more than anything, so my wife can ride with me, because my wife has arthritis, so it hurts her to ride with me. And I figured, well, I'll get a Slingshot for now, and that'll probably be some future videos later on, but not right now. We're probably going to order it probably about December is what we're thinking, and it should be here by springtime next year is what we're thinking, if we could pull it off. But right now, financially, just got to be patient, you know. I can make some changes at work to make a little more money if I want to, which is I'm thinking about doing, you know. I've been in a slump. That's why I haven't done videos for you guys, and I'm sorry. You know, you're getting down low and depressed and just had no content, and you said, another day. Well, here I am, folks. That's the story of the Suzuki, why you have not seen any videos, because it's been in storage. Haven't done anything with it, just because, you know, financially it's not there. When you're paying a guy $160 an hour or $130 an hour or whatever, and paying an arm and a leg, and you can't get the stuff right, well, it's like, I give up, you know. And you pay a guy really good money that's well known, claims he rebuilds engines and stuff, but he claimed he can rebuild engines, but he can't get the right compression on the engine. I don't think I want him touching it at all. No sir, because 120 psi all the way across, buddy. Yeah, so that's the story of the Suzuki. I hope you like the video content. Just giving you a little update what's going on in the Suzuki. We will eventually probably have some Mustang content on the LED headlights. I'm getting ready to work on those here soon, and then we're going to have some content on the motor coach. So stay tuned for more videos from me. But right now, I got to get this bike off this trailer. It's been sitting here for about 2 weeks. I've been depressed because I can't ride it and I can't do nothing with it. That was a big hit of money, and it was a waste of money because did electrical before you could check the compression, when you could have kickstarted, check the compression. I was not very impressed. Just one of those things. Pick and choose who you take your bike to in your cars. Do your research. Check with local people. Well, what have you heard? Hear any negative from anybody? Next guy. Find the next guy. You know, that's just how it goes. Don't always believe what Google tells you, because it might be friends walking in there. Oh yeah, I'll hook you up, man. It happens. It happens a lot, more times than one. So y'all have a great day. God bless. And be safe out there. If you're riding your two-wheeler, you know, give me a wave if you see me. And remember, cover your noggin. You're going to need them brains before they hit the pavement. Have a great day. God bless. And all things are possible. Bye.